Welcome to Illuminati Silver. We tell you the truth about silver. It's Friday, the 18th of Feb, 2022, at 10:30 in the morning. Now, as you can see from the video on the screen, that we are enduring some storms here in the United Kingdom. In fact, it's got a name called Storm Eunice, and this is a film and picture taken from our balcony. We've actually caught perhaps the tail end of the storm, really, because it was so windy or gusty. I literally could not stand on the balcony without either being pushed over or the camera flying out of my hand. So this is the tail end. Admittedly, the pictures are not really that, shall we say, violent in terms of the weather, but it gives an indication of what is happening here in the United Kingdom and across other parts of Europe today, which appears now to have dominated the headlines. So without further ado, we shall take a look at those headlines and find out what is going on financially around the world. Yes, indeed, as we can see on the Bloomberg screen, the main headline for the day: London on red alert as Storm Eunice brings dangerous winds. UK Met Office warns of Stingjet winds topping 100 miles per hour. The UK's National Weather Service issued a second red warning for Storm Eunice as high winds threaten to damage homes and bring down power lines across London and other parts of southeast of England. The Met Office's red warning is in place from 10 until 3, with winds as high as 80 miles or 129 kilometers per hour, potentially causing transport delays and power outages. An earlier red warning for parts of southwest England and South Wales will remain in place until noon on Friday, while the storm is also impacting parts of mainland Europe, including the Netherlands. So far, network operators are reporting that over 24,000 British households are without power. The storm is also disrupting flights and trains into the capital. So there we have it. This is what we're facing this Friday morning. And looking at the BBC News, again, Storm Eunice, travellers urged to stay at home. However, on the financial front, retail sales rebound in January as Omicron eases. And we actually have good retail sales here in the United Kingdom, as was seen actually in the United States as well. But we have to bear in mind that this uplift in sales is still lower than the pre-pandemic levels. US and Canada police arrest leaders of trucker convoy in Ottawa. And as we mentioned earlier this week, the Apple boss faces a backlash over his £73 million pay package. Dollar index virtually unchanged today at 95.79. Maybe you can hear, I don't know, the wind is still blowing here. Good news, oil prices are down $2, so we now have WTI crude just dipping below the $90 level and Brent crude at $91. Equity markets took a hit yesterday, and as anticipated, with President Biden declaring still that in spite of earlier reports in the week, Russian attack on Ukraine was still likely and just days away, and the result was a 1.75 percentage point decline in the Dow, a 2% decline in the S&P, and almost a 3, not quite a 2.9% fall in the Nasdaq. Asia Pacific overnight again broadly down between roughly just over a third to 1.9% in Hong Kong. And Europe and the Middle East, we can see a slightly mixed bag. The FTSE's up, but the Euro, DAX and Euro and DAX are down, and the CAC is up. But really just very small figures. Now, economic data yesterday, interesting. The jobless claims figures were slightly higher than anticipated and higher than the previous week, though the continuous jobless claims are actually lower. Building permits are higher, but housing starts are lower than expectations. The Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Index was also lower, both in real terms compared to January and against expectations. And if we compare that to the Empire State Manufacturing Index, that was considerably lower than expectations as well. We mentioned retail sales. Well, in the US on Wednesday it was announced that they were 3.8%. Very strong indeed. Now today we have existing home sales, but perhaps the one most noteworthy will be the leading economic indicators. We're not quite sure if they're really going to make that much of an impact today, as really the geopolitical news is truly dominating what's happening to markets and gold and silver prices. Now in our update tomorrow we shall cover what's being covered next week, but we do have flash PMIs and we also have PCE inflation next Friday, core inflation, and that's going to be quite noteworthy. Gold prices, good news, are up. They were up a little higher than they are now. In fact, 15 minutes ago they were up $7. Now it's up $1.80. Nevertheless, we said at our weekly update, do not be surprised to see $1,900 gold this week. And we did actually touch 1900, although it's fallen back slightly to 1888. We also said do not be surprised to see $24 silver. And again, we have touched $24, in fact, exactly 24. And it's fallen back slightly at 23.75. Cryptocurrency market faring not so well, down nearly 3%, although it was down or more than this earlier today. We have Bitcoin now in the 40,700 region, and Ethereum has dipped below $3,000. That's primarily the news today. As we promised during the course of the week, we'll end this video talking about the Pure Gold Company, whose boss we will be interviewing very shortly. Take a look at that, see if it's of interest. If it isn't, that's fine, but it will be quite interesting to hear what questions you would like me to ask the CEO of that company when we do conduct the interview. Meanwhile, thank you for listening. Please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, press the bell sign. Do not forget to tune in to our weekly update tomorrow, and over the weekend we shall be providing our gold and silver price forecast for 2022. Very shortly we shall be doing a video on the Pure Gold Company, as you can see on the screen. It's had much acclaim and has been promoted by the likes of The Guardian, Financial Times, Reuters, Your Money, CNBC, BBC, Money Week, The Telegraph, and the Wall Street Journal. Now we've provided a link if you want to take a look for yourself at this company. The actual link is bit.ly, that's L-Y, / the Pure Gold Company. Do take a look for yourself, but as I've said, we'll be doing a video on this company, and also we plan to interview its CEO in the next couple of weeks. And we've placed a link to it both in the description box and in the comment section below. Let us know what you think. Illuminati silver owners come from a background of banking, international wealth management and economics. Having now retired from these worlds, we are not qualified to give investment advice. Therefore, this and other productions must not be deemed to be giving such advice and merely represent the personal views of its owners.